Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for being here again. Today, I want to talk about a part of modern Japan that often surprises people from outside the country. A part of life that is quiet, private, and deeply connected to how love and relationships are evolving here. Love hotels, dating apps, unspoken rules, and the new shapes that romance takes in Japan. Some people find this topic funny, some find it strange, some are fascinated. But for many people living here, it's just reality. Not dramatic, not extreme, but simply normal. And the reason it exists goes beyond sex or secrecy. It connects to how Japanese society works, how people communicate, how personal space is limited, and how emotional expectations are changing. So let's start with something simple. Japan is a country where privacy is rare. Many young adults live with their parents until their late 20s or even 30s. Not because they want to, but because rent is expensive, housing is small, salaries are low, and saving money feels safer than independence. Even when someone moves out, walls are thin. Neighbors hear everything. There isn't always a comfortable place to be intimate or even just talk freely. So love hotels aren't just places for sex. They are places where people can breathe without being watched. Some go there to escape pressure. Some go there for excitement. Some go there just to talk without worrying someone will hear. In a way, love hotels exist because Japan has always had a quiet relationship with privacy. It's valuable but hard to find. And now they intersect with something new: dating apps. A generation ago, people met through school, work, or mutual friends. Now, many connections start with a swipe. Apps like Tinder, Pairs, Bumble, Tapple, they're everywhere. But how they're used here is different from many Western countries. In the West, dating apps often come with labels: friends with benefits, serious relationship, casual dating, long-term partner. Japan has a different ecosystem, one with more ambiguity. Some people use apps for serious relationships. Some use them just to chat and feel less lonely. Some use them for companionship without labels, without a future plan. And then there's something very uniquely Japanese: the in-between space. Not official, not temporary, not openly defined. People will say, we're not dating, but we're not strangers. We just spend time together. For some, it's emotional safety. For others, it's convenience. And for many, it's because defining a relationship feels like pressure. In Japan, labels come with responsibility. If someone becomes your boyfriend or girlfriend, suddenly there are expectations, introductions to family, future planning, financial contribution, emotional duty. So many people choose something softer: connection without commitment, comfort without obligation. Some people outside Japan hear this and think, so no one wants love anymore? But that isn't true. People in Japan still want connection. They want warmth. They want someone to understand them. They just want love without drowning in expectations. You see, Japan is a society where many people feel constantly evaluated. At school, at work, by family, by society. So in their personal life, they don't want another space where they must perform or prove something. This is also why ghosting, sudden silence, is common in Japan. Not because people are cruel or careless, but because confrontation feels heavy here. Avoiding conflict feels easier than explaining discomfort. It's deeply connected to a cultural concept called kunkyomu, reading the air. It means understanding what someone wants without them saying it, and sometimes choosing silence to avoid hurting someone. Romance in Japan isn't disappearing. It's becoming quieter. It's not dramatic. It's subtle. It's slow. It's often unspoken. But let's go deeper. Why are people choosing casual connections, apps, or love hotels instead of traditional dating? Part of it is emotional. Part of it is cultural. But a major part is economic. Japan has had stagnant wages for over 30 years. The cost of living keeps rising. Student loans take years, sometimes decades, to repay. Many young adults feel like they are barely holding their own lives together. So when people ask, why aren't young Japanese people pursuing serious relationships? Some respond quietly: I don't have the energy. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I'm not ready to share my life when I'm still trying to survive mine. There's also another emotional truth. Many people grew up watching parents who were exhausted, distant, or unhappy. Some saw marriage not as love, but as duty. Some saw relationships not as connection, but as sacrifice. So they asked themselves, is that the future I want? Do I want obligation or freedom? Do I want a partner, or do I just not want to be alone? And depending on the day, the answer can change. Japan is currently in a social transition between traditional expectations and individual freedom. Older generations still believe in one timeline: school, job, marriage, children, stability. But younger people are asking, what if my life doesn't need to follow that script? What if love can look different? What if connection doesn't require marriage? What if happiness isn't measured by family size? So yes, love hotels remain busy. Dating apps keep growing, and modern romance in Japan has become a spectrum of possibilities, not a single path. Some people still seek committed long-term love. Some explore casual relationships. Some choose emotional companionship without a label. Some prefer independence and self-focus. None are wrong. Because the real story here is not about hotels or apps. It's about choice. For the first time, young adults in Japan are free to decide what kind of love they want, how close they want someone to be, how much of themselves they are willing to share. And in a world that doesn't always feel gentle, some people choose distance, some choose closeness, and some choose something in between. So maybe the question isn't, why are Japanese people dating differently? Maybe the real question is, what does love look like in a world where people are finally allowed to design their own lives? Whether someone chooses marriage, casual dating, friendship, independence, or something undefined, every choice reflects a need for connection, a need for safety, a need for meaning. And those needs aren't disappearing, they're evolving, just like everything else. Thanks for listening. If you want more conversations like this about culture, identity, relationships, and the future of society, feel free to subscribe. Until next time, take care, and whatever form love takes in your life, I hope it brings you peace.